Okay. Um, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that follow my channel know that I live off grid. And in the screenshot, I just showed my, my system, part of my system, my battery bank. And um, the concept that I've done in terms of solar has been a little bit different than a lot of people. Let me explain myself. Okay, on the roof I have about approximately about a little over 2 kilowatts or 2,000 watts of solar, and this is my battery bank right here. This is my main battery bank. Now, what happens is that I actually, in my house, I have multiple banks, multiple systems, because right here we have six, seven. These are seven deep cycle batteries in parallel, which run off of that system, and I have the solar panels on the roof. But aside from that, I have this battery, which is about 100 amp hours, running on this inverter, and this one has one of one 100 watt solar panel on the roof. So part of my 2,000 watt or 2 kilowatt system is kind of divided up. So this one of those solar panels runs this little system there. Now, if you come over here, hold on. If I walk over here to my recording studio, all right, this recording studio right now is running off of the main system, but I have a little backup system here that consists of just one battery. So at night, if I have to turn the studio on for some reason and I don't wish to use the power from the main battery bank, if it's just something quick that I'm going to be doing, I'll disconnect the cable and I'll plug it into the inverter, and I'll run the entire studio for from this battery. For it lasts about maybe 2 hours, but this is just a backup system. Now, in my bedroom, I have another system. Okay, and this system runs my little fridge, all right, and my little Alpicool fridge, which is that I have those two big 8D batteries and the charge controller, and I have in the roof for this system alone, I have allocated about 500 watts of solar. So, like the whole system altogether is about 2,000 watts. But of those 2,000 watts, 500 goes to this system, 500 watts of the solar panels. Now, and basically, when I go to, let's say, the bathroom, I have another system in the bathroom. I'm just going to show that to you really quickly. All right, a little system in the bathroom. And the bathroom system, this one basically right here, runs the water pump, a couple of other little things, and it has its own 100-watt solar panel on the roof. So basically, what my point is, my entire house run off of solar, but with like redundancy. So if my main solar system goes down for whatever reason, I can still operate and run the house with any of the other backup systems. Okay. Now, what happens is this. Going back to the studio one. This battery right here, which runs the studio at night when I need to, like right now it's on the main system, like I said earlier. This doesn't have a solar panel. So this battery is charging right now. In fact, it's not even on. It's not even plugged in. Let me charge it. All right, right now, that's perfect thing for the video. Okay, this doesn't have a solar panel. It has a charger. So I'm going to plug it in to the main system. And now that charger is going to charge this deep cycle battery. Okay, right now it's at 12.2. This one does not have a solar panel yet. I'm planning on maybe at least getting a 100-watt solar panel for this one. But my whole point is this, that the system that I have on the roof, all right, the solar panels that I have on the roof, they charge everything, even these extra batteries, in about 3.5 hours. All right, 3.5, 4 hours max. And and the 4 hour time frame ends up, being around maybe noon. So from noon, from 12 o'clock to 3:30, that is a lot of power that is not even getting used. Okay, because what happens is solar panels, once all the batteries are full, if you don't have a load, it's just standing idle. It's not doing anything. So because of the fact that I've divided my system up in the way that I have, I said, you know what? I have enough power to buy a few more batteries, and I'll still be able to charge them within the same time frame. So at night I'll have that battery storage. I don't want to add it to my main system because, like I said, my main system is already running certain things during the day. you know but and right now, like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, that's the main system right there. Okay, the main system is running that freezer, and it's running absolutely everything in the house except that little fridge right here. This little fridge is a 12-volt fridge, and this one is being run by by that system right there. Okay, so the same thing holds true for this second system that I have. um the batteries in that room, they charge in about 3 hours. And generally, lead acid batteries, they don't accept the full power of the solar panel. So generally, it has about maybe 200 watts going in that it can handle at one time, 250. But then the other 250 watts, if you plug in anything, it'll run anything, because I have an extra 250 watts. It'll run anything, and the battery will still get charged within the same time frame. So in that scenario, again, I could put an extra battery in another room, or even two batteries, and keep them nicely charged, in case, let's say, somebody comes over and they're gonna stay over, and they want to turn a fan on, they want to turn the TV on. They can run it independently without even affecting my main system, because I have enough power. And okay, so to basically give you guys a perspective, my main system, which is that one, right now has about 1,500 watts of solar allocated to only this. The other 500 something, the other 500 watts is going to the other system. So every hour, I have the potential, given if I have the sunlight, I have the potential to produce at least 1,500 watts for 3 hours. That's a lot of power. 3 hours, of the after having everything charged, I could still charge more batteries. Just simple battery storage. And these will be batteries that are just there separately for my use, that aren't actively being charged by solar panels, but just charging them with like a battery charger. So, you know, because a lot of times when we think of solar, we think of, like, okay, so you're running solar and you have the power coming in, and that's it, it's done. But we really don't think of having like a separate set of batteries to dump the to dump the excess energy that we otherwise wouldn't have even used. So that's basically the concept that I have. So I'm planning to get two more batteries, one for the studio, so that I can have that backup. So I have two batteries, and that should give me a nice 4 hours of runtime, if I wish not to use my main system. And then have the other battery, maybe two or maybe four. Four batteries would work. Because I'd put two in the studio. Well, actually, one, I would need three. I would add one to the studio, and then two other batteries I would have separate for the other room. So if anybody comes to visit and they stay in that other room, they don't affect any of my other systems. You know, it's like it has its own little independent system in every room. So if they want to plug in a fan, if they want to plug in I don't know, whatever, a CPAP machine or stuff like that, it would run independently at night and not drain my main batteries. And then during the day, my main system would charge it. You know, so that's the plan. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that done. But it's just amazing how an otherwise not such a big system, you know, a 2 kilowatt system is not a big system, you know. And if you, and like I said, I say 2 kilowatts because I'm adding the sum of all the panels, but my system is actually about 1,500 watts, you know, 1.5 kilowatt. It's not a lot of power. I mean, it's not a big system, but it is a lot of power, you know. So I just wanted to share that with you because sometimes we have to look at solar from kind of like a different perspective, you know, rather than, oh, I have a 10,000 watt system. It's like you can have a 10,000 watt system without having a 10,000 watt system. I mean, because if your battery's charged in 3 hours, all that extra wattage that you don't use probably will add up to the 10,000 watts. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it. I hope I explained this properly because I know sometimes I ramble a little bit, and you know, but what I'm saying is, instead of buying more panels, just maximize your sun time and buy some extra batteries and store it. There you go, and you'll have your extra power that way instead of having more panels. You know, that's pretty much the gist of it. So I hope you guys like this video. Ruben Obed, check you guys out. Peace.